Dear wonderful soul, please just hit pause for one really precious moment. Let yourself get totally still. Invite a deep, deep quiet to wrap all around you. Not just quiet outside, but a quiet that settles right into the very center of who you are. I have something super urgent, something that feels like it's straight from God, and something that might honestly blow your mind to share with you right now. The heavens, seriously, have asked me, called me, to speak right to your heart. And please get this. The words I'm about to tell you aren't just everyday words. They're special, filled with a holiness that's way beyond normal talk. They're like they're on fire, burning with a truth you just can't deny, especially right now, in this very moment we're sharing. The Spirit of God, the very heart of the Creator, is hanging out incredibly close to you. The air around you, the air you're breathing, isn't just what your eyes see. For people who have spiritual eyes, who can see past the everyday stuff, there's a definite shaking happening in the heavenly places. The angels, those messengers of light, are standing at attention, totally ready and waiting. The big trumpet of truth, the sound that brings out amazing truths, has been lifted to the lips of the archangels, and it's right there, truly on the very edge of making its life-changing call. Come closer now. I'm really asking you. Come nearer, not just with your ears, ready to hear sounds, but with your whole heart, open and ready to receive. Let your soul, that forever part of you, lean in, super excited, because what you're about to hear is meant to stir up something ancient, something timeless and eternal that's deep inside your spirit. This isn't just me passing on information, not just facts for your brain to sort out. Nope, this is an invitation to change. It's pure truth. It's divine truth, sent with so much love and purpose, straight to your soul from the very throne room of the Almighty. From a very first moment you were created, carefully put together in that hidden, special place of your birthing parent's body, heaven watched you grow with a feeling of awe and deep wonder. You were never, ever made to be ordinary, to just fade into the background. You were never meant to live your life in the shadows, overlooked or made small by others. God's unique fingerprint is permanently marked on your spirit, a sign of where you came from, and a divine purpose, a special mission, is written into the very core of your name, your identity. Please know this deep down. You're not forgotten. You've never been just a random thing, an accident. You are in fact chosen. You are clearly set apart for something special. You are sealed with the special oil of heaven, a dedication that marks you as deeply loved. But, and this is super important, hear this as clearly as you can. Exactly because you were chosen, you were also definitely targeted. It's not just the kind eyes of God that have been watching you with love and hope, but the eyes of darkness, of things that oppose good, have also watched you with jealousy and bad intentions. A spiritual war that most people don't see has been raging like crazy in the unseen world, a battle specifically over your destiny. It's been a war for your mind, to make your thoughts cloudy and plant doubt. It's been a war for your heart, to hurt it and make it afraid. It's been a war for your special calling, to push you off your path. You've walked through some fiery hard times, trials so tough that others, maybe not as ready or strong, couldn't have made it through. You've put up with being misunderstood, with people getting your intentions all wrong. You've faced rejection, feeling the pain of being pushed aside. You've known the deep hurt of betrayal, often from people you trusted the most. This wasn't because you were weak or had something wrong with you. Not at all. It was because you are powerful, truly powerful beyond what you even realize right now. And now, in this key moment, something incredibly spiritual has happened, something so important that it absolutely has to be brought out into the clear light so you can understand it. Your special person, that one special person who God carefully planned to walk beside you, to be your companion and partner in life's journey, has unfortunately gotten caught up in a lot of confusion. This isn't because they're a bad person or because they fundamentally don't want to connect. The real reason they're hesitating, why they're unsure, is fear. Somewhere along their journey, sneaky whispers from the enemy, from forces that don't want love and unity, found a little way into their heart. Shadows of doubt and insecurity started to sneak in. Tricky lies created a thick fog over their spiritual eyes, making it hard for them to see the truth. And so, the one who was always meant to see your soul as their true home, their perfect match, started to doubt the connection, to question if it was real. It wasn't you who changed, my dear. It was the spiritual air around them that got polluted, clouded by negativity and lies. The enemy, that force of opposition, clearly saw the huge potential, the incredible power and light that your joining together could bring to the world, and he, the adversary, got absolutely terrified of that. So he lashed out with the only truly effective weapon he has: deception. He whispered subtle, convincing lies. He painted pretty pictures of illusions, fake alternatives that looked good but had no real substance. He deliberately created a deep feeling of unrest, a storm inside their soul, making peace and clarity feel impossible to reach. And in a moment of deep spiritual struggle, your special person, desperate for answers, for some kind of guidance, took your picture, your image, to a seer, a prophetic voice, a spiritual person known for their insight. Yes, they went to someone with spiritual sight. And what happened next, dear one, is the very reason I was sent to you with this urgent message. When this seer, this person of spiritual vision, looked at your image, their whole body started to shake uncontrollably. A holy fear, a deep sense of awe and respect came over them. The sheer power of glory, the divine light they saw coming from you, completely overwhelmed their physical senses. Their lips trembled, and they couldn't speak right away. Their vision blurred, like they couldn't fully take in the intensity of what they were seeing, and then they fainted. They collapsed, not because they were physically weak, but because the spiritual power, the divine light they saw connected to you, was just too strong, too overwhelmingly bright for human eyes to fully understand or handle in that moment. Because you see, what they saw wasn't just a face in a photo. They saw the undeniable glory of the Most High God resting clearly on you. They saw a holy fire burning in your eyes, not a fire to destroy, but the purifying, refining flame of a deep divine purpose. They saw armies of angels camped around you, a heavenly guard protecting and supporting you. They saw spiritual armor, carefully made in heavenly places, dressing you for battles people don't see. They saw a crown of importance, of divine appointment, already placed on your head, even if you don't feel its weight yet. They saw prophetic scrolls, ancient and sacred, assigned specifically to your destiny, holding the blueprint of your life's mission. They saw the ancient, unmistakable signs of a true spiritual leader, someone who breaks generational chains, someone destined to smash old patterns of negativity and bring in new cycles of blessing. They saw a chosen instrument of the Creator's immense power and unconditional love. You are not who most people think you are. You're so much more, way more than what people see on the surface. You are truly the one called to step in and pray for others, the one called to deliver, to bring freedom and hope, the one who walks with a natural divine authority, even when you yourself feel really unsure or not good enough. The one whose heartfelt prayers have the power to change spiritual atmospheres, to shift the very spiritual climate around you. The one whose very voice, when it's lined up with solid faith, shakes the very gates of hell, making darkness tremble and back off. The one the enemy fears, not because of who you are naturally as a human, but because of who you are in the spirit, your true, eternal identity. And that, my dear, is exactly why your journey has been so hard, so often filled with pain and struggle. That's why the betrayals you've gone through cut so incredibly deep, leaving scars on your heart. That's why people you loved, people you invested in, have unexplainably turned against you. That's why doors of opportunity seem to slam shut in your face, leaving you confused and downhearted. That's why countless tears have wet your pillow in the lonely hours of the night. That's why you've looked up at the huge, silent sky and cried out, God, why me? Why do I have to go through so much? But the answer, dear one, is becoming crystal clear now. It's because you are anointed. You are set apart for a holy purpose, and heaven never, ever anoints someone who is just meant to live an average, ordinary life. You are part of a sacred family line, a spiritual warrior equipped for big battles, a vessel meant to carry both divine justice against wrong and divine, healing love to a hurting world. And understand this deep truth. Whoever touches you with bad intentions, whoever tries to harm you, touches the very apple of the Creator's eye, inviting God's close watch and protection over you. The seer, when they woke up from fainting, with lips still shaking from what they saw, spoke these sacred, heavy words. This one, they declared, talking about you. This one is undeniably chosen. Whoever betrays them, whoever is disloyal to them, calls down the righteous jealousy of heaven itself. Whoever consciously walks away from them, from the light and purpose they carry, is, in truth, walking away from their own blessing, their own chance for growth and connection. And now, I have to ask you directly, and I ask you to think about this deeply. Do you truly see who you really are? Do you understand, even a little more clearly now, why your path has been so heavy, so full of challenges? Do you understand why the enemy has thrown every weapon they could think of, every subtle trick, every obvious attack they could pull together against you? Why your name has been unfairly dragged through the mud, your reputation unjustly attacked? Why you have faced intense spiritual warfare, even in your sleep, in your dreams? Why people have dreamed about you, spoken against you with such anger, or envied you deeply without even truly knowing you or the burdens you carry? It's because your light, the spiritual glow you give off, is not ordinary. Your ability to love is not common or shallow. Your very presence is not safe for darkness. It exposes and upsets it. The enemy trembled with fear and anger the very moment you consciously agreed to your divine purpose, the moment you said yes to your calling. And your special person, though divinely meant for you, was simply not ready yet, not spiritually mature enough to carry the significant weight of your anointing, the intensity of your divine connection. But the time for change has now definitely come. The fog of confusion and lies is being dramatically torn away. The plain truth is being powerfully revealed. The one who once doubted you, who wasn't sure about their feelings, is now waking up. They are being stirred from their spiritual sleep because no lie, no matter how cleverly made, can ultimately stand against what the Almighty has divinely planned. And no fear, no matter how deep it is, can cancel a sacred agreement written by divine hands, a bond created in the heart of eternity. My dear, remember this always. Your love story is sacred. It's not just a romance novel. It's a prophetic story, a story with deep spiritual meaning. It was written into the fabric of everything before time, as we know it, even started. It's not just romantic in the way the world sees it. It's deeply prophetic, a testament to divine planning and purpose. When you and your special person finally walk together in true unity, in line with your shared purpose, the heavens themselves celebrate with joy. Demonic forces scatter, their plans ruined. Generational chains of negativity and problems break, freeing not only you, but those who come after you. Whole generations shift onto a new, more positive path. That is precisely why the attacks came so fiercely. That's why you felt so painfully alone at times. That's why you were unjustly made to feel like you were the problem, the cause of the trouble. Because the enemy knew, with a scary certainty, that if the two of you ever stood together in solid truth and unwavering unity, the very earth would feel the impact. Heaven would move strongly on your behalf. Destiny, in its fullest, most glorious way, would undeniably be fulfilled. But hear me now, dear child of the Most High. It all stops now. This campaign of interference, this season of confusion, is ending. Every sneaky whisper spoken against you, every negative word aimed at dimming your light, is being firmly silenced by a higher authority. Every curse, every ill wish spoken over your name or your life is being actively reversed. canceled out by divine power. Every weapon formed against your well-being, your progress, or your union is being systematically taken apart by powerful angelic forces, heavenly warriors fighting for you. The ancient promise from Isaiah 54 verse 17 rings with deep truth for you today. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. You are rising now, not just as an individual, but as a spiritual authority, someone who has influence in the unseen world. You are stepping into a new season, a time where what has been hidden will be brought into the open, where the false and fake will be exposed and removed, and where the pure in heart, those who have stayed strong, will be gloriously proven right. Your special person, the one who once wavered and doubted, is currently being visited by God in powerful ways. Their dreams are changing, becoming clearer, filled with truth. Their heart is being miraculously softened, its defenses lowered. Their spiritual eyes are opening, letting them see with a new clarity they didn't have before. The very same fog that once blinded them, that blocked their view of you and your connection, is now being torn apart by the loving, mighty hand of heaven itself. Don't give up hope. Don't curse the delay you've been through, because even the delays have served a hidden purpose. Don't, under any circumstances, settle for anything less than the magnificent love and destiny that has been planned for you. This love, this sacred union, is worth fighting for. Not with weapons of bitterness, resentment, or manipulation. Those are the enemy's tools. But fight with the powerful spiritual weapons of passionate prayer, unwavering faith, and complete surrender to God's will. For the Creator is not like a human, that they should lie, nor a child of humanity, that they should change their mind or go back on their promises. What God has spoken over your life, the destiny that has been decreed for you, will absolutely, without a doubt, come to pass. The seer's dramatic reaction was a sign, a clear indication of the spiritual reality around you. The trembling was a confirmation of the power you carry. The fainting was undeniable proof that heaven itself is backing you up, supporting your journey and your purpose. You, my dear, are not to be pitied for your struggles. You are to be honored for your strength and your divine calling. Your journey is sacred, every step filled with meaning. Your story is divine, a testament to grace and power. And the world, dear one, has yet to see the full, breathtaking power of what the Almighty will do through you and with you. So rise now, rise up in solid faith. Declare over yourself with belief and authority. I am chosen. I am anointed. I am a vessel of divine glory. My love is prophetic. My destiny is unstoppable. My God is faithful. Feel the truth of these words echo deep within your spirit. The angels are surrounding you, a heavenly entourage. The heavens are speaking powerful affirmations over you. And your special person, the one destined for you, is returning, not as they were, but with new eyes to see your true worth, a new heart filled with understanding and humility, and a holy, respectful fear of ever again losing the one whom the Creator carefully made just for them. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are most certainly not finished. You are rising. If your heart feels moved to help continue this work, to help these words of encouragement reach others who need them, any gesture of support you feel led to offer is deeply appreciated. It's more than just a material gift. It becomes an act of faith, a real expression that helps keep this stream of inspired content flowing freely and reaching souls who are desperately in need of a word of hope, a word from God. Stay connected to this fellowship, where we don't just speak messages. We declare and expect divine movement in our lives and in the world. Now, let's continue with the message that the Holy Spirit has so clearly put on this moment, because there's more to unfold. And if this particular word speaks directly and deeply to your soul, please don't keep it to yourself, locked away in your heart. Let it be the very way, the channel through which someone else, maybe someone you know or even a stranger, receives their own much-needed confirmation, their own boost of hope, and the beginning of their healing journey. Pass it on boldly, with courage and love, because the very same divine presence who stirred your heart so deeply through this word wants to stir someone else's heart in just the same way. You are, in this moment, a key part of someone else's breakthrough. Let your obedience in sharing be their blessing. There's someone, maybe more than one, who once doubted you, someone who may have even laughed at your dreams, who judged your path, who carelessly walked away when you needed them. But the very thing they once dismissed so easily, the connection or the truth you represented, they now find they can't escape. Visions of you, of what was, of what could be, now chase them in the quiet of the night. Troubling dreams disturb their sleep, leaving them unsettled. A heavy weight of regret sits uncomfortably on their chest. The image of you, the one they might have once shown to the seer, or perhaps just held in their mind with disrespect, now burns within their spirit with a new intensity. They see your face now, not with contempt or dismissal, but with a startling, undeniable clarity. And the Spirit of the living God is actively pursuing them, not with anger or judgment, but with overwhelming mercy, not with punishment, but with a holy, urgent awakening. God is powerfully reminding them of who you truly are, not just your importance to them, but your deep importance in the eyes of the Creator. Because what you shared, the bond you had, was never man-made. It wasn't based on just impulse or passing feelings. It was heaven-ordained, a sacred design. The Creator breathed life and purpose into it long before either of you fully understood its depth or its ultimate meaning. This was never an ordinary connection. It was, and still is, a divine covenant, a sacred promise. But listen very carefully now, precious child of God. Hear this next part with a respectful trembling in your spirit. The Most High, the supreme ruler of all, will not allow much more delay in these matters. Heaven itself is stirring with a new intensity. The symbolic hourglass, representing the set time, is quickly emptying. The heavenly trumpet, announcing big changes, is sounding its call more and more insistently. This, right now, is the critical hour where destinies must line up, where paths must come together according to the divine plan. This is the season of divine reckoning, a time when things are set right and truth wins. Heaven is actively, powerfully calling things into their proper order. The angels, those mighty messengers and warriors of light, have already been sent out with specific jobs. The Creator is carefully preparing a holy collision, a divine intersection between your steady obedience and their perfect divine timing. And you, dear one, absolutely must be ready. Now is not the time for being spiritually passive or for letting yourself be easily distracted by worldly things or quick pleasures. Now is definitely not the hour to flirt with compromise, to lower your standards, or to entertain any kind of confusion or doubt. You must prepare yourself, much like Esther prepared herself carefully and gracefully for a crucial moment before the ruler. You must prepare your heart and spirit like David did before facing the giant Goliath, not in fear, but filled with solid faith, not in weakness, but grounded in heartfelt worship. Pray like you've never prayed before. Go into your secret place, that inner sanctuary where you connect with God, and pour out your heart, your hopes, your fears, everything before your Creator. Fast if you feel led by the Spirit to do so, as a way to sharpen your spiritual senses. Deliberately shut out the noise of the world, all the conflicting opinions. Quiet your soul and listen for that still, small voice inside. Separate yourself firmly from anything or anyone that clouds your judgment, that makes it hard to hear clearly from heaven. Because the enemy, the adversary of your soul and your destiny, is not sleeping. They are actively scheming, constantly plotting. They are subtle, often appearing in ways you wouldn't expect. They sometimes come dressed in what looks like light, offering things that seem good on the surface. They come with fake blessings, opportunities that look promising but are not divinely planned. They may present new faces, new connections that feel right for a moment, but are not part of God's true plan for you. Don't be fooled, my dear, by what merely looks like love, but isn't built on lasting truth and sincere commitment. Discern, dear one, test the spirits. Patiently wait on the Lord, the one whose soul truly matches yours. The one whose presence the Creator has confirmed deep inside your spirit will not just return. They will return changed. Yes, the very one who once ran from the intensity, who perhaps once mocked or downplayed the weight and importance of the connection, is indeed returning. But they are not returning as they left. They are returning with a deep, holy revelation that has shaken them to their core. They are returning with eyes wide open to the truth, finally seeing clearly. They are returning with a heart that has been deeply humbled by divine correction and loving discipline. Because now, finally, they know for sure that loving you, being in union with you, is not a casual thing to be taken lightly. It's not a momentary choice that can be easily thrown away. It is a mantle of responsibility, a sacred mission, a divine calling directly from heaven. And they will either rise to meet the bigness of this calling, or they will be gently but firmly removed from your path. Because the Creator will no longer allow anyone to play games with your precious purpose or to mess with your heart. You, dear child of the Most High God, are stepping into what can only be called a crown season. This is your divinely appointed time to rebuild what was broken. This is your sacred hour to restore what was lost or stolen. This is your defining moment to rise into the fullness of who you were created to be. What the enemy maliciously tried to bury, to keep hidden and held down, God is now powerfully bringing back to life. What was unjustly stolen from you, whether it was peace, joy, opportunity, or reputation, God is carefully returning, often multiplied. What was delayed, held back by opposition or circumstance, heaven is now dramatically speeding up. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to the one who matters most. You're not disqualified by past mistakes or things you think you lack. You are chosen. You are deeply favored. You are distinctly set apart for glory. All of heaven, every angel, every divine resource is backing you, supporting you, and cheering you on. Angels are marching before you, clearing the path and preparing the way. Every chain, every spiritual bondage that once held you is now breaking, shattering into pieces. Every lie that was ever spoken over you, every negative word, is falling powerless and useless to the ground. Every delay that frustrated you is being decisively overturned by the supreme decree of the Lord Almighty. Your name is being spoken with honor and respect in places you haven't even physically gone yet. Doors that were once firmly closed, seemingly locked forever, are now creaking open, pushed by divine force. Don't shrink back in fear or false modesty. Don't ever apologize for your anointing, for the unique gifts and calling placed upon your life. You must walk forward now with a holy boldness, a quiet confidence rooted in your divine identity. Declare with your mouth, right now, with conviction, I am chosen. I am anointed. I'm not who they mistakenly said I was. I am precisely who God says I am. Let that powerful confession become the solid foundation under your feet. Let it be the triumphant banner that waves proudly over your life, a declaration to both the seen and unseen worlds. For life and death are indeed in the power of the tongue. And when you speak the truth of heaven over yourself and your circumstances, the spiritual atmosphere around you must respond. It must shift. It must line up with that truth. And if you know, deep within your spirit, that this word was specifically sent for you, don't just passively listen. Be moved to action. Act on it. Line up your thoughts, your words, and your actions with it. Step boldly into the reality it proclaims. Remember, faith without corresponding actions is dead, inactive. In Scripture, when people received a prophetic word, a message from God, they often responded with a tangible action. Whether it was bringing a humble offering of oil, a few loaves of bread, or a small coin, they gave. Not to try and buy a blessing, because blessings are freely given, but to honor the specialness of the moment, to tangibly say, Lord, I believe this word. I receive it with an open heart. I align myself with your will. If this message has touched your heart, if the Spirit of God has confirmed this word deep within your soul, then I gently urge you, consider planting a seed of faith, not out of any pressure or obligation, but out of a sense of deep purpose. not as a mere transaction, but as a powerful declaration of your belief. Say with your offering, whatever form it takes, I believe in the complete restoration of my divine union. I believe in the full and glorious fulfillment of God's precious promises for my life. I believe that I will not miss my divinely appointed season of blessing. Your seed, no matter how small it seems, is not small in the spiritual world. It's a spiritual act. It can be a powerful weapon in the spirit. Use it with intention. And as you do, as you step out in faith, I declare these blessings over your life in the powerful and loving name of the divine. May every single lie that was ever spoken over your identity, every false label attached to you, be utterly shattered by the undeniable power of truth. May every heart that betrayed you or caused you pain be either transformed or replaced with connections that truly honor and fiercely protect your natural worth. May your divinely ordained partner return to you, not just physically, but fully in spirit, completely awakened to the truth and wholly surrendered to the Creator's perfect will for your union. May every frustrating delay be decisively overturned. May every curse or negative cycle be permanently broken. May every tear you've cried in sorrow or loneliness be miraculously transformed into a powerful testimony of triumph and grace. May your name be honored and respected in the very places where it was once mocked, slandered, or misunderstood. May you walk into a love story so beautiful, so profound, that it is clearly written by heaven itself, unfolding in the fullness of time and in the undeniable strength of divine timing. This, my dear, is not your ending. It is, in fact, your glorious new beginning. Radiant glory is rising from the ashes of your past pain. Divine purpose is being powerfully brought back to life from the depths of your past suffering. What looked and felt like devastating rejection was actually divine redirection, guiding you to something far better. What felt like crushing abandonment was, in reality, divine preservation, protecting you from what was not meant for you. You're not being punished for anything. You are being precisely positioned for your greatest blessings and your most significant impact. So lift your head high, stand tall and confident in who you are in the divine. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being carefully built, strengthened, and refined. You're not too late for your destiny. You are perfectly, divinely right on time. The Creator is not done with you, not by a long shot. In fact, the divine is just getting started with the amazing things planned for your life. And what is about to unfold will be exceedingly, abundantly, above and beyond all you could ever dare to ask, think, or even imagine. Affirm in your heart right now, with deep conviction, I am chosen. I am rising. My divine union will not be delayed. Say it with unwavering faith. Repeat it until every lingering lie breaks off your spirit and loses its hold. Let heaven hear your voice of agreement. Let the angels echo your powerful declaration. Because what you declare with faith, you begin to invite into your experience. What you proclaim with conviction, you begin to possess in reality. And if this message stirred something profound and transformative deep within you, don't just keep it locked inside. Share it. Speak it to others. Let it reach the weary souls, those who are patiently waiting, and those who are wounded and in need of healing. There are countless souls out there, right now, praying earnestly for confirmation, for a sign, for a word of hope. And you, by sharing this, might just be the answer to their heartfelt prayer. You might be the very voice that ushers in their healing, their breakthrough, their renewed sense of purpose. You're not here reading these words by accident. This very moment has been divinely orchestrated, planned with love. Heaven meticulously planned it before you were even born. You're seen. You are deeply loved. You are called to greatness. You are anointed for such a time as this. Welcome to a divine space of encouragement and truth. If you're new to experiencing messages like this, welcome home to a place of spiritual nourishment. This is not just a collection of words. It is intended to be a sanctuary, a holy ground, a well of living water for those who are thirsty for spiritual truth. a space where faith is intentionally stirred, where divine purpose is lovingly revealed, and where heaven itself speaks to the receptive heart. Remain connected to this stream of encouragement. Keep your heart open, because what the divine is about to do in your life is truly only just the beginning. There are more prophetic words, more healing messages, more divine confirmations coming your way, and you won't want to miss a single one. And finally, if your spirit feels genuinely moved to support the sacred mission of spreading these kinds of prophetic and inspired messages from place of love, consider contributing in whatever way feels right to you. Whether it's a small token or a more significant one, know that every seed sown in faith is a holy offering, a participation in something larger than yourself. May the divine bless every giver, every supporter of light and truth 100-fold. May your generosity return to you in perfect divine timing, with blessings pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, and running over in abundance. Your offering helps to continue building a global community of souls rooted in enduring truth, anchored in unconditional love, and aligned with heaven's magnificent and overarching purpose. You are an integral part of something holy, something eternal, something truly divine. And your time, my dear, is now. If these words have touched your heart, we ask you to think about supporting this channel. Your contributions allow us to continue sharing divine messages and blessings with people all over the world. Whether it's a super thanks of $10, $20, or any amount you feel called to give, every contribution helps us spread love and light, reaching those who need it most. We thank you for being part of this sacred journey, for allowing us to be a part of your path, and for helping us spread peace and love throughout the world. May God bless you with an abundance of love, peace, strength, and joy. Amen.